Welcome to Stepdad Success, turning the tide on the way stepdads are seen and show up in the world. We're a new breed of leaders raising leaders. Blood or no blood, we raise them as our own. We're connected, loving, and committed to leading them into the future. If you asked a normal dad, he'd say we're doing the impossible. He'd say, but they're not yours. How do you do it? Yet every day, stepdads around the world are forging the way. That's what we call Stepdad Success. We're leaders raising leaders. And these are our stories. Good morning, stepdads. This is James Klobassa from Stepdad Success. And this morning, I wanted to talk about saying yes to your life. Now, I don't want this to sound too hoity-toity, too religious, too whatever, too woo-woo. As you can hear, I'm out on the balcony. It's my beach house and just come in from a surf. Now, getting back to saying yes, it's one of those things. And this is more about being a leader and modeling for your kids than just simply saying yes to yourself and from a greedy perspective. When I first moved to this beach house, I'd wanted to live in a beach house right on the beach for 20 years, 25 years. And I just never allowed myself to do that. And it was kind of a funny thing because I only lived 10 minutes from the beach on acreage. I had a beautiful place there. It was, as I said, 10 minutes drive to the coast, and I'd drive there every single morning and have a surf or go for a run for probably 3 to 4 years before I kind of reassessed everything and went, what am I doing? Like, what do I actually want? And what I actually wanted was to wake up and see the ocean from my pillow. Now I do that. But again, I got into the house and I got comfortable and, I was kind of, wow, this is amazing. I've got the beach right at my back doorstep, like literally out the back gate, cross the dune, and I'm into the ocean. And again, I said no. Each morning I wake up, I look at the view, go downstairs, make a cup of coffee, start my day, get to the end of the day and think, wow, I didn't actually go to the beach today. It's at the back doorstep. And yet, for years before, I was waking up in my old house and driving 10 to 15 minutes to the beach. Every single morning. I might miss one day a week if I was lucky. If something was happening, if it was pouring rain. Probably not even in the pouring rain. I used to run in the pouring rain. But in the new house, I'd get up and I'd say no to myself. I'd say, no, I've got to do some work. I've got to be productive. I've got to, bring home the bacon. And this is a lie. This is a lie we tell ourselves, and it's a lie that we train our children into. It took me a couple of months to actually go, hang on a minute. I'm in this beach house. Why aren't I enjoying it fully? Why aren't I saying yes to the experience? It's ridiculous. I know. Sounds crazy, but we do this across our life in all areas. We'll say to ourselves in body, I'd love to compete in that event, but I'm going to have to travel, so I'll just say no for now. I'll do it later in the year. We say it in our families, I'd love to go to that theme park with the family. Oh, but it costs $300, $400. We'll better do that next year. Instead of asking a better question and saying, how can we earn the money? And saying yes to our kids. As I said, this is about training our kids or leading our kids to be able to say yes to themselves. As I said, I've just come back in from a surf and I feel invigorated. I feel awesome. I'm ready for the day now. Not because I'm, gone and exercised or pumped myself up with, sunshine and ocean. It's because I said yes to myself. Each little yes that we say to ourselves each day empowers us. And yet every single no that we say to ourselves shrinks us into a box. We begin to live from scarcity rather than abundance. And I tell you what, out there this morning, beautiful morning, sunny, glassy water, crystal clear water. You can see way down to the bottom. I'm watching the fish swim past and the jellyfish float by. How good does life get? You've got to say yes to yourself in these moments. Otherwise, you end up sitting behind a desk or driving a car or doing something that you don't like and saying no to yourself and wondering why you're doing it at all. You know, we can have the best of jobs and they can be miserable simply because we don't allow ourselves to say yes to life. So I just wanted to remind you of that today, and I wanted to challenge you across the areas of body, being, balance and business. What do you need to say yes to? You know, not what are you saying no to, but what do you need to say yes to? Do you need to go for a surf every morning? Do you need to go for a snowboard every morning? Do you need to go for a hike every morning? Do you need to cuddle your kids every morning? Do you need to spend 15 minutes with your kids in the morning reading? Do you need to take your wife out on a date, a real date? Do you need to go to church more often? Do you need to meditate more often? Do you need to journal more often? Do you need to just walk in nature? Ask yourself this today and hit your journals. I'll catch you next time. Would you like to learn more about how stepdads across the globe are joining forces in raising the next generation of leaders? Then head to www.stepdadsuccess.com and grab all the show notes plus a copy of the brand new tactical guide for creating more happiness, health, wealth and wisdom as a stepdad. And if you liked the podcast, please share it with other stepdads you know and leave us a review on iTunes. Again, that's www.stepdadsuccess.com for all the show notes and tactical guide. Come and join the new breed of stepdads, the growing group of leaders raising leaders.